I'm Janneke from Sugar Punch, and you're watching Surprise Radio.
Hello and welcome to Surprise Radio. I'm your host, Surprise, and with me I have Neil of Delta High. Thank you for joining me.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much. We're sort of, I think we're 6 hours ahead of you guys. So, but it's nice to have a chat.
Indeed, you are exactly 6 hours ahead of me,
Ooh.
so I was real fortunate to have some time this week to be able to do a couple of interviews with musicians that are ahead of me in the time slot. Neil's having a little bit of video issues, so unfortunately we can't see him, but it's always good to have you here. So let me know, how long has Delta High been together? Since 2015, correct?
2014. I had a previous band that did live performances, but what I hadn't done was recorded any music. So I created a new band, Delta High, 2014, and it's basically a studio band. But we are looking to do some live gigs next year, which is 2 weeks' time.
And I know that one of the things that makes it real interesting is obviously from your British accent, I'm going to guess that you're from somewhere in England.
Yes. I was born in London, but I'm now living in a place called Norfolk. I'm not sure if you know where Norfolk is.
I do.
Yeah, I know you've got your Norfolk and we've got ours. So
I'm a little bit of an
yeah,
Anglophile, so I know a little bit about England.
sure. Oh, that's good. So whereabouts are you based?
I'm in Texas. I'm in East Texas. I'm
Texas.
fairly close to Dallas.
Fantastic. Yeah, my brother was there last month over to see a friend, and he mentioned Dallas and Texas and all the usual.
So I know that you've had a
Mm.
variety of members in the band. I know that
Mm.
Damien was there for the early days, and he's come back recently to record some new music that is coming out soon.
Absolutely. Originally it was myself and Damien that sort of created the band. I'm the songwriter and guitarist. Damien added the vocals. Things have moved on. We've now got Stacey and Charlotte on vocals. They do the majority of the work, but yes, Damien's come back and he's done a couple of singles with me. I'm not sure which ones you've heard, but he was singing on Rockfish, which was our Halloween special song. But he's got a couple of others that we're going to release as singles.
Yeah, I did hear Rockfish, and it was a very interesting sound. And of course, you released. Oh, the name just ran from me. You released.
California Beach.
Yes, California Beach actually came out on my birthday this year. So,
Ah,
um,
fantastic.
but that was one of the things I was going to mention is you are from England, but a lot of your songs seem like the Beach
Yeah.
Boys wrote them.
Oh, thank you. That's made my day. It's made my Christmas. To be fair, when I was in my previous group, but yeah, I'll sneak this one in whilst I can. We were called Pleasure Device, the previous band. For all your listeners, don't Google it. But anyway, but our music was purely indie rock. So we sort of grew up in the punk era. So the stuff was like Stranglers, the Clash, Susan the Banshees, that sort of stuff. We were very lucky to get a gig in Nottingham in England with REM. Um, obviously the big REM band. So that was our claim to fame. But when I moved on to create the new band Delta High, I started liking not just punk. Still like punk, still like indie music, but I started listening to the Beach Boys, the B-52s, Mamas and Papas, Beatles, Weezer. So I've now got a very lengthy array of influences. So when I'm writing the stuff for Delta High, a lot of these bands are California or American based. So when you're listening to the music now, you'll probably hear, the crossovers with the Beach Boys and stuff like that. So that's probably what you're picking up.
Beatles or Stones?
Beatles.
Oh yeah. All right, you're a man of my taste.
I
Oh,
think it's because they tick my box in. They're very eclectic, and I
mhm.
think they're superb at going through the different eras and coming out with magnificent songs, but they're all different. I do like the Stones, but
Oh
it's the
yeah.
Beatles. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one of the reasons I prefer the Beatles is because you can tell when someone else writes a song. If it's a Paul song, it's poppy. If it's a John song, it's trippy, and you never know
Yes.
what you're going to get with George. So that's why I always liked them.
Yeah. Yeah. And if it's Ringo, it's sort of under the water submarine type
Yeah,
type songs.
Ringo's
It's a
always
bit of a
written
one trick
interesting
pony,
music.
but yeah, you're actually bang on though. What you've just said, about the Beatles. So
So I know that you said that you haven't been playing live. This is a studio band, correct?
yes, yes, but we're getting a lot of airplay now, and we realise it's time to actually form the live band. So we've got the people that we can pull together, and I think the ambition is mid 2024 to actually do some live gigs and see where that takes us.
So definitely fans of Delta High, be sure to be on the lookout for live shows from them. You can go support them and let them feel the love so that they don't feel so alone on that stage. It's hard the
Thank
first
you.
few shows.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
So when you were touring, did you have a favorite place that you'd like to play that maybe you're hoping Delta High will be able to get into?
Do you know, I've got my heart set on California, anywhere in California, because yeah, I've got this bug. I've never been there. I love, like I say, Weezer, Beach Boys. I like the old detective TV films, programs that were based on California. I think we had Rockford Files, stuff like that. You're probably too young to remember that, but
No, I remember.
Clint Eastwood, I don't know, Clint Eastwood stuff. So
Mhm.
anywhere in California.
So do you have any interests outside of music? I know that music usually takes up a lot of musicians'
Mm.
lives, but is there anything you're into outside of it? TV shows, movies, books, games, anything like that?
Um, I follow football. I follow cricket. I know I don't think you have cricket in the USA. I follow soccer. So I've got a team here that I support. I think other than that, most of my time is taken up by writing songs, getting the guys in, shooting the video. So music's my life, to be honest.
Tell me about some of your heroes and influences growing up and getting into the music scene. Doesn't have to just be musical either.
Okay. Hero, I'd say Clint Eastwood. I absolutely love his spaghetti westerns. I love his Dirty Harry films and stuff like that. Um, Football wise, I was a big George Best fan. He was before my time, but I sort of grew up watching George Best. I know he actually went to America Cosmos. He played with Pele for a while. So again, George Best. Music wise, I was a big fan of the Smiths. So a hero of mine is Morrissey. I love Morrissey's music. Um, Blondie, Debbie Harry. I followed her throughout the late 70s up to now. They're still going. So I love Blondie music, and they're a big influence on Delta High, to be honest, especially with the female singers we've got. I mean, the singers. I mean, I'm sort of old school a bit, but the singers and the other musicians are a lot younger than me, because the idea is to create a band that would project my music, the stuff that I love, but I wanted the band to be younger. So that's the idea behind Delta High, is to put faces on there that's not going to have tomatoes thrown at it or eggs or things like that. You know, people look and think, oh, they're good, they're nice, young and bright. So I'm sort of in the background as far as Delta High is concerned. But yeah, my heroes are more or less what I've said, I guess.
And I noticed on your website that you
Yeah.
list a lot of the band members. Are you more or less the person that records most of the music outside of when you need some brass or the singers?
Yes, correct. I mean, I'll write a song. I'll go in and record it. So I'll play guitar, keyboards. We've got a guy, Frankie Sticks, that does the drumming. The guy that actually records us, he adds bass. That's Sotos. He's the producer. And then basically, I've got a pool of people that I rely on that will come in and add vocals. But yes, we've got a brass section. We've got a couple of guys that probably play on 50% of our songs. Dave Land is the trumpet player, and it's quite a privilege because he actually played with Katrina and the Waves. So if you remember the song "Walking on Sunshine,"
No, okay.
You might not. It was a big hit in
Hmm.
Britain,
Yeah.
but it also is. He's touring with Mary Wilson. She's still going. She had a big hit. I think she's living in America. He toured with the Supremes. So we've got a guy in the brass section that's he's been around and he's got some good connections for us. Put it that way.
Now, I always want to make sure that I give my guests a chance if they have any sponsors to shout them out. Do you have any sponsors or a dream sponsor, maybe?
Ashwood Music is the record label we're on. So Ashwood Music, they actually record the music. Our distribution channel, believe it or not, is Sony in New York. So through them, we get our music distributed throughout the world. But also, the lady that's helped us with marketing is a lady called Phoebe, and she works for Alternative Twist Radio, and they're based in California. So they're sort of myself and Phoebe promote Delta High.
I think that
So
Alternative
yes.
Twist is who sent me California Beach, actually.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, oh, that's good. That's good.
So
I
you,
think that's where it all started because I'm sort of do sales and marketing myself.
hmm.
So I've done a lot of marketing on our music, and it's got me as far as the UK. But Phoebe's been fantastic, and she's basically opened up the World Wide Web, and particularly USA, for the new songs. And it did actually start with California Beach. That was the first one that we worked together on.
Oh, okay. So most of what you had before was more or less only heard in England.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I sort of didn't. My marketing skills didn't actually connect beyond the borders of the UK. Phoebe's clearly do. So fantastic.
So yeah, anybody that's come across them recently, you do have. I looked at their Spotify. They do have a few songs from before this year. You can definitely go back and check out. Speaking of your fans, I just also wanted to open the floor to you to see if there was anything you wanted to tell them. Just kind of tell them about the band, yourself, anything that you wanted to tell them.
Oh, great. Thank you. Well, the plan is Delta High, along with Ashwood Music, we've agreed to release a single every month for the next 12 months. So we sort of started that back in October. So every month there will be a new song by Delta High. Deltahigh.co.uk is our official website, and you'll be able to see all the singles as and when they're released. We've got a YouTube channel. Again, it's Delta High on YouTube. And the music these days it's all digital, and you can get it from most of the digital platforms, which would be Apple Music, Amazon.com, and so on and so forth. But the main thing is we're going to have a single released every month, and it's going to be eclectic. I've been recording plenty of darker indie rock songs. Our next single isn't. It's a sunshine pop song. So despite it being winter, in January, we're going to release a song called Sunshine Girl. And it's very tropical, Americana. It's something totally different to what we've done before.
It's very on
So that'll
brand for
be
you, though. Even
sorry.
saying that it's different, even saying that it's different from what you've done before, that's very on brand for you, considering that you're a
Mm,
British band that puts out sunny California music.
that's true. But our sunny California music to me, it's a bit poppy, but it's also a bit indie. Um, the Sunshine Girl song isn't. It's acoustic with brass, and it's very nice. So people either hate it or they'll love it. So, but you're right. We do tend to focus on the USA style of music.
So you say that that's going to come out once a month and that it started in October. There wasn't anything released
Yeah.
in November that I know of. So when can we start seeing those singles get released? And is that adding up to an EP at the end of the year?
It's to be honest, I've got over 20 songs that are recorded and mastered. So we have released 5 albums, but what we decided, to help with the marketing and to help with the awareness, we agreed to do a single each month, because that way you can push your music every month, whereas an album is like a one and done thing. But to be fair, come the end of 2024, there will be an album as well, because we've got lots of music to unleash.
So that album's going to include some singles that we've heard throughout
Yes.
the year, and then some stuff we haven't heard as well.
Correct.
That's
It
very
would be a
exciting.
mishmash of singles and unheard, unreleased songs as well. Yeah.
That's very exciting. And again, when was that first single that we're going to get to look forward to? Right now, we're talking at the end of December, so
Okay.
anybody that's watching this can look forward to seeing them win.
Yeah. The first half of January, you'll
Okay.
see Sunshine Girl. There's a video going out with it at the same time, which will be on YouTube. But
Cool.
yeah, the first half of January.
All right. First part of January. Very awesome.
Yes. Good.
Neil, Delta High, thank you so much for joining me today. I sure do appreciate it. And I can't wait to see what we get to listen to and enjoy for the next year.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for having us on. It's a shame that you can't see me, but then again, if you saw me, you'll probably be shamed. I don't know how to end it in any other way. So, but thank you very much. It's been a great pleasure. Thank you.